And we'll talk more about that with Fred Taylor. But Freddie, before we get going, welcome aboard, my friend.
Hello, Fred.
Hick and I were kicking.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hick and I were kicking around that Jaden Ball has an opportunity to be a 1,000-yard rusher. He needs 96 against FSU, and then we look at the actual 1,000-yard rushers. It's not a real long list in Florida history. There've only been 8 of you guys who have run for 1,000 yards in a season. And I say you guys because it's more than a historical footnote, but father son. 2 of the 8, Fred Taylor, 1,292 and 97, and Kelvin Taylor in 2015 with 1,035. So another point of pride for the
25%
family
of the rushes over 1,000 owned by the Taylor family. Pretty good.
Well, we just doing what we do. It's in the blood somewhere. You know what I mean? We're going to keep it nice and simple.
Okay.
Well,
And let us know
how, the response is deserves to be. So, no, this is the thing. I can't speak for everyone else in terms of that, but we threw the ball a ton.
Yes,
maybe
that's fair.
Should have done it a couple times.
yeah,
that's
fair.
I'm content with with the old ball coach and how he set me up my senior year, put me in position to be able to achieve that feat, and I accepted the challenge, and we made it happen.
Fred, there's a difference in fans and media and players, like in how they digest an outcome. But is it as cut and dry? Like if you're a player on the Jaguars locker room and you get on that plane and you fly home, is it just all exhilaration? A win is a win. It's a bottom line business. Or do you, like the fans, kind of second guess or wonder about this, that, or the other moving forward?
I mean, you're going to split the debate, right? The players look at it multiple ways. I mean, I can speak for myself. First and foremost, a win is a win. And you're going to be excited about the win no matter what. You got to understand this is the NFL. If you look at last year's Jacksonville team, who the Cardinals reminds me a lot of the last year's Jacksonville team.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 6 wins that they lost by less than a score, less than a touchdown. So, and if you just get those, which happens all across the league, probably not as frequent as it happened with the Jags a year ago, but that's what happens with bad teams in the NFL. You lose those close games. That's why this team is better than they were a year ago, not just from the record standpoint, because they know how to put themselves in position to go and win these closeout games like this. They're not a bad team that fans are saying, well, we barely beat this team, or we barely beat this. Well, look, what happens when a team that's bad go and beat a team that's really, really good? It's because they were better prepared. It's because they didn't overlook it. It's because they realized the importance of doing my job. And that's what happens. So for a player with the type of work that we put in, we're going to be excited about any win. Then we go and watch the film and say, okay, well, I could have done this better. Or maybe we got a break right here. Still, it's a game. It's past us now. Let's get ready for the next one.
When looking back yesterday, -4 in the turnover differential and won the game. That doesn't happen like ever. And so that alone gives me the get out of there with that dub, man. Move on.
Yeah,
like
you have
said.
to.
Yeah.
Right. You have to. Yeah, that's the reality of it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Trevor pretty much gifted them 14 points of their 24. I think that's what they took off those turnovers, off both those interceptions. But again, they didn't play great. But now here's an opportunity for them to be a game closer to the division leader in the Colts.
Right.
And nothing else matters.
Right.
Like, here we are covering ground. The Colts lost. We won. Let's get ready for next week. That's the NFL. And if fans don't understand that, then, you have to put yourself in position to learn. Like, we just want to win games. We don't care how pretty or ugly they are. We just want to win them so we can put ourselves in position for a postseason and hopefully bring you guys a championship.
What'd you make of Trevor? You said 4 turnovers. I will say he bounced back with that nice drive to give him the lead again, and then the Cardinals were able to tie it up at the end. But he had that one drive where 3 touchdown passes, let it rip, 3 interceptions, lost a fumble. Just your thoughts.
not the performance you want from your franchise quarterback.
Right.
Just keeping it, 100.
Mm-hmm.
He could play better. He has to play better. I'm not sure how many times the defense will put them in position to go ahead and crush and dominate their opponent. But they somehow find a way to give it back. Offensively, they find a way to give it back. And a lot of that is coming through, decisions that Trevor is making. But again, it's the game of football, right? So quarterback will always be microscopic. The quarterback play will always be microscopic.
Right.
And we're going to always pull out the bad plays in crunch time more so than the good plays, in crunch time. Because after the turnover that led to the go-ahead touchdown by the Cardinals, they were able to get the ball back and go back in a few plays, and he did an amazing job stepping up in the pocket after being pressured to find Parker Washington to regain the lead. I mean, that was just, surgical, that entire drive by Trevor, the 4-for-4 ending on that touchdown. Some people talk about it in the highlight reel, but, they'll also go back and point out the negative plays that he made as well. So Trevor knows he has to play better. This is such a hard position to play, and no one's going to give him a pass a lot of the times because of the amount of money he's making and, how high he was drafted and the hopes and expectations were. But Trevor himself, he'll tell you, look, certain situations, I just got to play better. And that's called taking ownership. I'd rather have a person, as my leader who's going to take ownership, leading me, because excuses aren't acceptable. And you're not going to see Trevor make any excuses.
6 sacks yesterday by the Jaguars defense. To your naked eye, did they seem like they blitzed a little bit more than normal? I thought Jacoby Brissett is a veteran, smart quarterback, but he's not the most mobile guy. So I kind of liked him getting after him a little bit with the blitz stuff. What did you think?
Yeah, a lot of it were designed. 6 sacks, should have been more. He escaped several of them. 0 turnovers.
Right.
So, again, the blitz packages worked. But I thought it should have been more. I thought they left a lot out there. They were exposed in some capacity because Jacoby Brissett, again, he was just completing passes in a lot of soft zone. And if they didn't get home, he was going to rip them apart because the coverage isn't there. So, the defense did the necessary things they needed to do. They did put the offense in a lot of great field position situations, which weren't always capitalized on. But we'll see teams that are better, run and pass, and then they'll exploit the Jaguars' defense. But, jeez, man, you can't argue with six sacks from a team who was low at the bottom of the list in the NFL in that category.
Right.
It's just shocking how. It's the same guy. It's not like they went to the trade deadline.
Trayvon didn't even play.
Yeah, it's just,
Correct. And then when you look at it as well, there were some situations where when they rushed 3 and 4, they were able to create pressure. And they've been doing that. 4 down linemen and occasionally rush 5, to create a one-on-one matchup up front. And then they'll get home sometimes, and sometimes they weren't, but they got home at the right time.
That's a fact. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the defense for continuously, week in and week out, to put the offense in position to pretty much beat these teams convincingly. And the offense hasn't always delivered, but the defense is playing hard. What is it, the 3rd week in a row? Somehow they've gotten robbed of a roughing passer penalty, which is, can you imagine Big Ben playing in this era?
Oh.
How are you going to sack him?
Couldn't. Couldn't.
Brissett's almost
if you
as
can't
big.
bring a little body weight, how are you going to sack him? And that's just a thought that I had throughout the game. Like, if this was Ben Roethlisberger,
That's a good point.
these guys would be in trouble.
Yeah, no
The
doubt about it.
NFL is calling these petty calls. It wasn't a weight call. It was just a great play that was negated.
All right, Fred, the following question is about hate, but it's sports hate, little h, okay? Sports hate. Like fans, obviously, they have some sports hate for your rivals. We think about were you you as a player, did you have any like sports hate, and are the Titans that? Is heated rivalry in the locker room coincide with like the heated rivalry that the fans feel towards certain teams? And if so or not, just the meaning for a game to Nashville and Tennessee is a little different for this franchise based on how its history has gone, right?
Well, my grandmother always told me hate was a very strong word.
Right.
Like it's you can't really come back from it. Like if you hate, then that's just the bottom line. Like I hate you, and that's that.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
No. I mean, but some fans believe that. Like they actually really do hate. What they say they hate. And, I mean, hey, that's totally up to them, and I'm fine with it. As a player, if our fans hate the Titans, then I'm rocking with our fans because I know that's going to motivate me much more to go out there and try to, make them want to rub it in their faces even more, right, by getting a win. It's hard to really enjoy, the emotion of hate when you're not winning, right? Like, how can I pick at you if we're not beating you? So to be able to go and allow them to fulfill their joyful hate emotion, I go out there and play my butt off. Now, as a player, no. My hate for the Titans were concocted. I just wanted to compete and try to win, right?
Yeah.
I didn't really hate the Titans, and I don't, just hate the Titans. But I don't like the team. I don't like, I love playing against them. But, yeah, I don't like what happened in 99. I don't hate them for it, but I just understand it was good, fair, competitive competition, and we lost. They got the best of it. But it's okay for a fan to hate them. I just want to compete.
You're a much better person than me. I hate.
I knew that already.
That's what I'm saying.
You are. I appreciate that. I can recognize the problems in my system, in my soul, and I got to
self-awareness. I think we call it.
Got to get churched up Sunday and pray that hate out of there.
It's already back though.
It comes back quick.
Yeah, comes back by about 1:15 on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, it's a little tough there, but we'll press on. Freddie, you're the best, man. Always love catching up with you.
Thank you, Fred.
All right, guys. See you soon.
All right, there he goes, Fred Taylor.
He's a Monday morning running back.
Yeah.
You bet he is. It's a Next Gen Roofing Monday. Hey, man, Next Gen, just commitment to the community here. Local guys, local company. If you need a roof or any kind of roof work, you've got something suspicious you need checked out for any and all jobs, it's Next Gen Roofing, so check them out today.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Duval.
Hacker here, and thank you so much for watching this video on the 1010XL Jaguar YouTube channel. Be sure and like, subscribe, and keep it locked right here on all the 1010XL channels on the 1010XL YouTube network.